Good morning. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads. I'm on my second cup of coffee, and this is our get started call. It does look like a lot of people are coming in, so I'll give you a little bit of an opening. We have been here for more than 10 years, I think 14 years now. And our what we do is we're a real estate advertising platform to help agents if they have listings, and we help agents if they don't have listings. If you have listings, we have a lot of automated marketing. Everything that we do is designed to capture leads, contact information. Okay. If you don't have listings, we've got unlimited landing pages. We have free automated social media content. We have 80 plus PDF guides. A lot of these things you can use yourself and blast them out on your CRM. You can run ads with our Google software or a Facebook ad software. Or we could just automatically push these things out to your social media content. So there's a lot of things that you should set up just for automation. And then there are other things that you might want to take a couple clicks and get a lot of valuable lead information. So let's dive into that. And when we log into the account, let's see, I think I'm in. Let's go look over here. Yeah, I want to, before we get into the actual setup, I wanted, because I know people are logging in right now, I want to point out just the bare minimum. How do I get buyers? Right after this, I'm going to show you the best way to get listings. But let's just very simply, so you understand, because if you look through this navigation bar, there's a whole lot under the hood here, right? But there are usually two things that you're trying to do: sell a home or get more listings. And that's the bare minimum way of thinking of it. And what is so unique about listings to leads is that your listing should auto sweep. You see this column of all the things going on here, all the tools that we're doing, just some great stuff. But if we need to get buyer leads with name, email, and phone number, you want to click on that Facebook and Instagram ad. Now, in setup, you actually need to connect your Facebook business page, and then it will be reflecting that. We auto write the ad here. We give you the city where it is and a radius. You can expand that. You could even say, hey, I want to target people that live in another city. What is it? Is it Manhattan? How do you get there? Manhattan, or is it New York City? To Chicago. That's easy. If you own a home in the southern states and you know it's warm and people want to get out of the north, you could target just like that, right? But just to run an ad and get leads with name, email, and phone number, you just click this button right here. So that's the simplest, fastest, and cheapest way to get buyer leads on anywhere, right? With name, email, and phone number. And Facebook is the place to do it. Whole lots of ways. We'll come back to this page a little bit later. But I also want to talk to you about the number one tool to get high quality listing leads. And that is this tool called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. And I'll show you a little bit about this, what our clients are saying. But we actually have a new partnership with a company called Express Copy. We've known that this tool has been very effective for many years. We also know that realtors like you don't like to do a whole lot of steps to use it. So we've got this partnership that makes it very easy. Let me show you how easy it will be. You click Get Mailing List, decide if you want 1, 2, or more mile radius. We've already got the settings that they're going to hit homeowners with single family homes with more than 6 years equity. You click that green button, they will download this letter. They will fold it, put it in an envelope, and mail it to the right people. This is the top tool and how to get it into your clientele or into your target markets very easily. I do want to point out it costs about $1.85 per letter, and I think the minimum quantity is 100. Normally, when our clients mail something like this out, they get 1 or 2 good listing leads, right? So that's the easy first. How do I get buyers? Facebook and Instagram. How do I get listings? Nearby Homeowner Letter. All this is on the listings page. This is just part of the tools that we auto generate for your property. So now that you know that, let me have a sip of coffee and let's look at the resources you're going to really need to get all the value out of listings to leads. One of the things that I recommend is our live training classes, right? And lead gen webinars, if you didn't, I don't know how you found this class. I know we invite you, but leadgenwebinars.com has all of our classes. I do a class for lenders. I do a class on top tools for more listings. So if you want more listings, you should probably watch that. Now, you remember I just mentioned the nearby homeowner letter. That's at the top of that list. Okay. And then I do a class on Facebook and Google ads. And that's everything you need to know about that. So you can always sign up here. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. leadgenwebinars.com. Now, just like this class, every class we do is recorded. And Scott does some other classes, right? He does some other things. And he's going to be starting in February I don't know if it's it's going to be daily coaching calls. So we're going to be focused on small bites of the system. Where what we're doing today is we're going to have an hour-long session together. It will be recorded and it'll sit right here. Now, normally, if you email me and you ask me a question, I always send people a link to this page, right? So now let me see if I can copy this and send it to all of you right now. It's our YouTube channel and it's the videos page on our YouTube channel, right? And so let me see if I can send this to everybody. This might be blinking if you can see it and go to webinar. There's a link to this. And so I always tell people to watch 3 classes. Get Started, which is the class we're sitting on right now, Facebook and Google ads, and Top Tools for More Listings. And so I also tell people, because there's something about this year, it's harder. Last year was harder for people, in generally speaking. And so now people are calling with very serious conversations with me about they want to survive and grow, right? And I'm going to tell you what I tell them. While I'm sending them a link and telling them watch those 3 videos, I'm inviting you all to watch the top 10. They're going to be repetitive. Some of those videos are 4 minutes long, right? But if you can actually unlock the value, turn on the automation, and use this thing consistently, your real estate business will grow. It will grow with either more buyers or with more listings or with both. But if you sign up and you forget that you signed up and you just go about your day and you don't really even turn anything on, all this is going to happen is we're going to charge you $60 a month. And actually, we're not, that's good, but that's not really what we're here for. We're here to get our clients really excited and to create more success for them, right? So unlock the value, learn how to use this. The ROI on your time will be huge. So that's a good resource, right? YouTube. You should have a link to that. And then the last is our mastermind group. And if you are a client, use our support page. It's inside the account on the bottom left, and ask them to get you in this group. And if you want listings, I recommend you look for these 3 names. If you're writing anything down, write Pat Motley, Chris Winstead, and Dustin Fox. Dustin, I just found out this weekend, is writing a book on how to be awesome in real estate. And he was saying, hey guys, you guys are in there because let me just show you why we know Dustin. You're in there because we were an important part of his business. When I do the office accounts around the country, team accounts and brokerages and agencies and all that stuff. So when I launched their office where Dustin works, which is at Pearson Smith, this was years ago. This is at least 7 or 8 years ago. He was a rookie, 2 years in the business. And he said he went from 5 to 20 million in production in 2 years in Maryland. And he got on a live call with us and he said, yeah, I want to do this call because I was a rookie when he came in and I've been using your stuff and 80% of my business is coming from your tools, right? So to go from 5 to 20 and 80% is coming from us, I was blown away. I asked him, how much time do you put in our system to do that, to grow your business like that. And he said 2 hours every week. He said, I put my daughter in ballet and I go next door to Starbucks with my laptop and I work there and I do all the things that are going to need to happen. And that's it. This guy's now published a book on how to be a home run hitter in real estate. And he's saying, you guys are going to be in there. Listings to Leads going to be in there. Dustin learned how to use our system. He was a rookie. He had time. He had to figure it out. He is now the top listing agent in an office of, I think, over 700 agents now. So I definitely recommend maybe looking here at what's going on. But I'm going to show you a recent story because he's talking about the nearby homeowner letter. And I actually mentioned the nearby homeowner letter just a few minutes ago as the top way of getting more listings. So here's the recent story on this, okay? Pat, who's probably been a client of ours for more than 10 years, is saying, hey, I just want to let you know, I just sold my home and I'm sending out the nearby homeowner letter. It doesn't actually look exactly like this. You'll notice in the middle of the page, there's a little bit of content about what's going on within 1 mile of her home. So she did that. She grabbed that somewhere and she popped that in there. And it's basically saying, hey, that affects your home value. You can go get your free home value here, right? So this isn't an online ad. This is a piece of paper. She's done something that I've never seen another client ever do. And she's sharing this in the mastermind group. She's sharing it with all of you to teach you, like, here's how you really make this thing work. She prints on the back so it looks like an envelope, and she trifolds it, and she handwrites these envelopes. So when you're looking at it, it's really targeted. It's even mentioning that it's sold on this street. So it's relevant to your neighborhood, right? When she posted this, it was in September. Hey, buddy. Sorry, guys. It was in September. And she said, I already mailed out 100 of these when I just listed the home, and I got 4 people calling for home values, right? And now she's saying, I'm mailing the next 100 out and because I sold it. Now, if you look in the comments, you'll notice that I asked in early December, how did that second mailing go? She has 3 people calling her from the second mailing and 1 texting her. All 8 of these people want to sell their home this year in 2024. This is coming from 1 listing with 200 pieces of mail. Okay. Now, I do want to point out that she's handwriting it. That's probably a factor, right? Because you're not going to throw away something that's actually handwritten and mailed to you. So if you have any questions about what we've talked about so far, I don't have the homeowner letter in my listing presentation. It's not in the listing presentation section, Mike. This is market listings. So Mike is saying, I don't have that in the listing presentation section because this is not part of a listing presentation, because this is for you to leverage a listing to get more listings. Okay. So when you go to listings, and I'll go back there, and you click on any listing, and you'll notice that the status is, it usually comes in just listed. So what she was saying is she marketed the home when it was just listed with the nearby homeowner letter. And then when it was sold, she marketed again when it was sold. Okay. Same tool. So let's just click on market listing. This one is actually an open house, but the tool is always here. It's called the nearby homeowner letter. It's sitting right here. Okay. And I think I mentioned that Express Copy will do this for you very easily, just a couple clicks. But if you want to do it, the old fashioned way, the way that Pat and Dustin and Chris Winstead do it, they download it. They buy a list from ListSource or RedX or Remine of homeowners with equity, and they get out there, right? They get it into the market. That's the nearby homeowner letter. Let me have one more sip of coffee, and let's switch gears into what do you do to set this account up? If you're brand new to us, what do I got to turn on to get the most amount of value out of this? I'm going to go over to the Get Started page. When you first sign in, if you do a trial today, or if you did one over the weekend or whatever, we drop you on a wizard, and that's, hey, look, put your picture here and put your company name and just set this thing up. And if you missed any points there, you can always come back to the Get Started and go through it. But I can tell you this, we move so fast meaning we add so much technology that this wizard does not keep up. And so what I'm going to do is show you where you absolutely need to go to set up your account properly. Okay. And you go to your profile, right? Go here to auto posting. And here it's going to tell you connect to your socials. Okay. And when you connect to your socials, and if you've been with us for a while, you may not know we have added Google Business to this. Okay. So if you've got a Google little marketplace page there, connect that and we can start putting content there, including your listings. Okay. So here it's listings, and you don't even really need to touch this. It's just showing you we're dynamically pulling data. But we can also auto post your down payer assistance page, your new construction page, and a property valuation plus, which is instant home value page. You just have to tell us how often and save it, right? Turn it on and save it. If you've got a pretty big following on social media on your business pages, I totally recommend doing this. Up here on the right, you have CRM integration. And that means if you've got with CRM, there's some of the top CRMs in the country, the APIs are right here, right? If your CRM is not on this page, you might want to look where it says lead forwarding email, because there are like Follow Up Boss, for instance. We have an API right here, right? But they also have a unique email address that's usually like Vince 12345 and some letters at followupboss.com. And so if your CRM has a API like we have right here on the left, then click there and set it up. If they don't, and they have a unique email for you to send leads to, so they drop automatically into your CRM, then put it here. And if they don't have either of those, it's probably time for you to find a new CRM. Okay. Because automation is really key. And just in case you're not aware, if you capture a lead from the internet, that lead's not likely going to be in your office in the next 24 hours. You're going to have to touch that lead multiple times. Some people say 15 times before they even want to talk to you. Okay. So CRMs help with that. So that's part one. You need to set that up. Let's go back up to the profile, because there's one thing I also like to let you know. We have social media links. This is where it's follow me on Facebook, right? Not a lot going on there. There's a lead gen signature, which I actually really like. I know a lot of you have super cool, colorful branded signatures, right? They look really luxury and it's really cool. Unfortunately, it's like they're not designed for mobile. You can't actually click through on a phone number on most of those and make a phone call. Wouldn't you love to have phone calls? You can't do it from most of those colorful branded things, right? Also, we auto embed in the signature a link to help you get an instant home value. So right from every email that you send, what did I do? From every email that you send, there's a link to get an instant home value. And there's also a link for your reviews. So that's on the profile. That's the lead gen signature. You can copy and embed it inside of your email pretty easily, right? So that's what you need to do on this side. Let's go over here and let's go up. Leads. Follow-ups you don't need unless you don't have a CRM, okay? And let me make it clear. There are plenty of agents out there that have CRMs who've never set them up. Let me show you the easy way to handle that. You go to this follow-ups page. You'll only have 4 options. You'll have seller leads and buyer leads. Just turn them on. Just click, turn them on. If you're talking to Spanish-speaking clientele, turn that on as well. The rest of this is just our testing stuff. Now, you could go in here and look at everything. And I know there are a lot of realtors that really don't sleep well at night. They just like to click and look, and this is for you. But really, you can just turn it on and leave it on, and that's it. I can tell you this: one of our clients is a trainer from KV Core. There's only 3 national trainers for that CRM, and I know he's come to us and said, "Hey, your open rates are higher than ours," and that's good to know. And also, I know from just talking to other realtors that our follow-ups are closing appointments, right? So a drip campaign, you might think if you've had a coach or you've had any kind of training that a drip campaign is critical to your business. So if you think you're just checking a box to have a drip campaign, cool. But the point of a drip campaign is to help you close appointments, help you take those leads and convert them into handshakes and conversations. This one here is doing that. We'll always be improving this. So that's there. Let's keep going up the list on client reviews. So client reviews is a new tool that we added. You can import your reviews from Zillow, Google, or Testimonial Tree right here, but you might have Google's over on Facebook, right? Or on Yelp or something like that. You can copy and paste them, and they will all be on this one website that we call a client review website, right? It's going to have this slick little video up on top, but that's not really the point. The point is all your reviews are here, okay? And a little marketing presentation, not talking about listings to leads, just talking about what you are bringing to the platform or to that homeowner. You can even snap in a little testimonial video if you want. Now, we haven't talked about PDF guides, but we have 80, and they can download any of them for free as long as they give you their name and email. And if you keep going down, all of the listings that are in your account are going to be sitting right here. And if somebody is interested, they could click on that. And we're going to drive them to a single property website that we automatically generate for you. And if you don't know this by now, this tool is going to capture leads as well, right? So it's just a powerhouse to showcase your reviews, but also has a lot of lead capture. Now, I want to point out what you should, if you have a review, here's something from Lucy down here, right? Go to Facebook, paste this link and tag your client Lucy and thank her and tell her how awesome she is. And I hope you love the house, and paste in this link, right? And now this will pull up a picture and then you post it. The reason you tag your client is because all of their friends and family on Facebook and their old colleagues and their current colleagues are going to see this, and they're going to know that you are their client, you are their realtor. And I don't know if you like capturing leads. I know it excites a lot of our clients because they can't believe how many leads they're capturing for the money and how long they've been getting ripped off by this or that company. But our clients also really like referrals. And you actually get referrals from your current clients' family or friends or colleagues. So what a great way of letting people know that you were their realtor. Tag them, thank them for the review. Tell them, I hope you love that house. Let us know if you need help. Super easy. Auto-generated. It's the client review page. We can even, I think, auto-post this thing, right? It's telling you right here, we auto-posted it. So you don't even have to share. You can just go out to your social media accounts if you want to. You don't have to tag your clients. The other thing, this isn't quite set up, but I definitely recommend that everybody does this. I don't know where you guys are, right? I don't know where you're sitting. I think Robert's here. Is that right, Robert? Are you in Tahoe or Santa Barbara? The point is, wherever you are, you've got at least one area that is really important to your business. You want to have business in that area. I definitely recommend you come to the landing page section and you click here to create a landing page. Now, Property Valuation Plus is the instant home value one, right? We have a landing page for FSBOs, for expireds, right? Do you want to talk to the expired listings in that area, right? You can create custom landing pages. You might have some different value prop for buyers or for sellers. But let's just do the simple one. And let's type in Santa Barbara. I know my buddy lives down there. Santa Barbara, and create a landing page. You should all be doing this right away, because what I'm showing you, a lot of stuff is just straight automation. But if you need listings in this area, you want to have landing pages for that area, right? That kind of makes sense, right? And when you create that landing page, we drop you on this generic looking thing here, which what's cool, it's got a coffee cup. It doesn't really resonate much if you're going to ask somebody online for all their home address and contact info, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have been on the internet. Whenever you're faced with give us your private details, you probably just go away. Well, same is true for everybody else. So to make this page work, click on upload image and get a cool image of something that everybody knows in Santa Barbara. There's this really cool shopping main street. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's a really beautiful hotel. Maybe it's a popular restaurant. It's not your latest new construction. Okay. I know realtors think that's what it's going to be, but that's not what it is. It's what's going to make me, who doesn't know you, feel comfortable that you know my area. That's the picture you put here. Make it 2,000 pixels wide, and that'll fit. You will notice in the background, we've got a print letter that's a lot like that nearby homeowner letter. You can use just the paper format like that, postcards or door hangers. And remember, I mentioned Express Copy earlier. They will also mail this out for you. So this is what you do when you don't have listings in a neighborhood, but you want listings in that neighborhood. Use Express Copy. Bang. Let them get it out for you. So you can also auto post your landing pages here. Just turn it on, set it up, and the autoresponders there. But that's really what I think everybody needs to do is set up their main landing page. Keep going up. We're still on setup, guys. We're not even really trying to get deep into what you can do here. This was added, I think, over a year ago. You see this calendar? This is us telling you what we are auto posting to your social media accounts. So when you come here the first time, you're going to see connect to your socials. Then you're going to see what schedule, when, every day, every other day, and then topics. Okay. And one thing that I'm going to mention in a moment is PDF guides, right? These are 80 different PDF guides, 40 for home buyers and 40 for homeowners. You real estate agents are branded on every page of every guide. They're all like 4, 5, 6 pages long, right? They're fairly high level, but they're a good conversation starter. And on this section here, if you're a client, you absolutely must turn these two things on. All the PDF guides for buyers and for sellers are going to be auto posted to your social media accounts with landing pages behind it. So if somebody wants that, whatever guide we're posting that day, they're going to have to give you contact information to get to download that for free, right? Again, we got it in Spanish as well. We've also got other cool content, which is our clients really, this is the original way we did it. Kitchen design, home design, outdoor living, even some real estate, mean fun stuff, right? You can just have us auto post this so you don't need to worry about what content's going out to your socials. But I do want to point out something that is also very new. If you are using these PDF guides, either in English or in Spanish, and when we auto post them, you may not know this, but you actually can't download anything off of TikTok or Instagram. It's not, they don't build that in. When we auto post to these socials, we have a line in there that says check link in bio. What does that mean? It means we've actually created a link for you to embed in your bio. All right. And if we click on view, we can see it right next to view. We can copy it. This you want to embed on your profile in Instagram and TikTok. It has all your listings. If you click through there, you're going to end up on a landing page to become a lead. It has all the PDF guide ads. Okay. And if you want to download it, guess what? You got to give us your contact information. It has a bunch of landing pages down here. There's some articles here from your social content. There's even your client review website. Remember that I showed you? And then there's the marketing plan that you can do that in schedule call, right? That's all just you set and forget in your socials. But if you're building a network on Instagram or TikTok, those are phone-based apps and they don't have a lot of ways for people to reach out to you. So if you're going through that effort, definitely use a link in bio, because anytime you're talking about anything real estate related, just say, check my link in bio, right? Let's see, PDF guides, click on ads. We're almost done with setup, guys. And on ads, when you come here, and I'm already connected, so it's not going to look like, if you're brand new to us, it's not going to look like what you're about to see. It's going to have one big button. Oh, I see some questions. Let's wait for that to bake and I'll check out these questions. Can you explain more about the link in bio? How does that work? Yeah. So yeah, Linktree so she's saying, how does that work with my Linktree that's already exists? Your Linktree could have links. So there's another company called Linktree, and we're talking about the LinkedIn bio guys on social content page. I don't know what you're linking to on Linktree, right? You could be linking to your favorite Pinterest page or music or whatever. Ideally, you've got some real estate content that you're linking to. For us, it's only real estate content, right? And so it's very much like Linktree. It's the assets that we're creating automatically for you. Here's another question. Where does the lead go if the CRM is not connected to listings to leads? If we do have CRM, is it easy to link? You link that on your profile on the CRM integration page. Yeah, it's very easy to connect. If you don't have a CRM, please go over here to follow-ups and turn on the drip campaigns. These will help you out. Okay. Hope that helps you there, Marla. Mike, I don't have, oh yeah, we got that one. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good for questions. We're on the ads page. And I want to point out, it doesn't look like this when you come here the first time. It's going to have a big button that says connect to Facebook and another big button that says connect to Google. Now, the Facebook ad software is part of the platform, right? The Google is a $30 add-on. If you want to have more listings in your business, I recommend you jump on that add-on because I'm going to show you in a couple minutes of what you can do there. But what you want to do first is click on connect to Facebook. It will show you a page on Facebook with your name. It says, is this you? And you click yes. And the very next page on Facebook is what business pages do you want? And you turn that on and that's now you're ready to run ads on Facebook. There's one other thing, and this is a weird one, but I want to just introduce you to it so that you're aware of it. A lot of the tools, let's look at this one here. You see this page that pops up? This is on a front of this pops up on a single property website. It's the lead capture form, okay? Ask some basic details. You can close it right here. I don't know if I always recommend closing it, but this is a single property website. It's something that we designed for you automatically. And there are some settings that you can work with that. And one of those things is I don't recommend making a phone field required. That's first, okay? Because you're likely going to shoot your lead gen down by 99%. I also, when we look at this page, not this page, when you land here the first time, you might want to look at this, right? You might want to pull up your listing and look at what that is like. And what happens is a consumer is meant to look at this, look at some things, and then in a few seconds, this should pop up, right? And you'll notice here, there's an X. I can close it and keep reading without giving you my information. So if that comes up too soon for you, which for many people it does, change this out to like 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. Forced registration, not closable without filling out form. I recommend you leave that on. Now, I know there's some of you that are like, nope, I don't even want to capture a lead. I just want this out there. You could just turn that off. Don't have that. They can close that. When they click on the Facebook registration, it's a blue button that says continue as Facebook. Where was I? It grabs their name and email automatically. So you see here, it says phone and it's required. I don't recommend that. I just don't recommend that. We know from years of doing this that when you ask somebody to put in their phone number on a form on the internet, it's just not going to happen. Okay. A couple of other things here. What is this YouTube here? Connect your YouTube channel. Okay. If you have Gmail, it means you have a YouTube channel. Go up there, put your logo up there, put your pic if you want, nice picture, make it look like yours, and allow us to auto post your virtual tours that we're making automatically for you to your YouTube channel. It's good for you, believe me. Listing presentation. there's a tab here. I recommend that all of you, once you've got all your branding on your profile set and your logo and your colors, come here and download this marketing plan and print it and leave it on your desk. This is what you need to take when you take to a prospective homeowner listing client. But you want to have it in front of you so that you know what's going on, right? That you know what's under the hood here. More tools. This is where we see an agent listing website. It'll have all your listings. If you got a monitor, if you got an office, a lot of our clients like a monitor. It's like a slideshow kind of thing where all your listings are. It just scrolls through. So anyway, that is the setup, right? We have been talking for a while. You've seen a little bit of the resources. So what can you do now that everything is set up? What can you do? You can certainly market listings, right? They should be auto sweeping into your system. If you're in Canada or in Latin America, they are not auto sweeping to your system. You can run ads on Facebook and on Google. You can use our PDF guides. You don't have to worry about social content. You set that up and forget it. And then landing pages, you set that up, set and forget too. But let's now dive into what happens on listing marketing. Okay. You got everything set up. Your listings are hitting. You can run an ad on Facebook on that listing by clicking that button right there. We write the ad. We connect it to your social. It's going to charge your business account on Facebook. $35 ad for 7 days. Just so you know, buyer leads on Facebook on average cost around $3 each or $3.25. They can cost more, but that's the average cost. Okay. And if you're paying $3 each and you got a $35 ad, you divide 35 by 3. So you might get like 11, 12 leads, right? Something like that. When it runs out, the ad will just stop being functional. It'll stop showing. If you use all your budget, Facebook will invite you to add more budget, but that's how it works. You just click create an ad. If there's something about the home that you don't see here, just click in the box up here before you post and let people know, because that's exactly what the ad's going to look like. Okay. Click create ad. If you use these default settings, their name, email, and phone number is auto-populated from their profiles. So they're not typing anything in. So if you want phone numbers in your leads, Facebook is the way to go with our software, right? With our default settings. Now there's social media posts. What is that? A post is a free post. I think most of you have learned how to share things on social media. I see it. I'm friends with all these people. And what really is awesome is that you're good at sharing colorful content on social media. You are not good at sharing things that capture leads. I can tell you this because I see it every day from realtors across the country. And that's just how it is. However, you could say, hey, we turn on social media on our profile at the beginning of the call. So we're just going to auto post this stuff for you. And you don't have to worry about it, right? And when we post it, we'll look at it here. This is an auto post to Instagram. It's got pictures. And in this case, it's saying, hey, we've got our text number, or go here to go find out more about it. You can't actually click on anything on Instagram, right? So I mentioned that earlier. Let's click on Facebook, right? So on Facebook, I can click on this. This content is all written. This photograph is automatically pulled. And when I click on it, we're driving them to a single property website, which captures leads, because this page here is going to pop up at some point, right? Somebody clicks on continue with Facebook, we grab their name and email. What that means is this content is free. You don't have to pay for it. And it captures leads, and you don't have to touch it, right? It's automated. Now, we also have the nearby homeowner letter, which we talked about earlier. We have an electronic version, which you should be blasting out on any listing, on any status every week, right? You can copy the code up here and then take it to your CRM and blast it out. The top half will be about a home. Any of those links or that picture will capture leads. The bottom half will be that this affects your home value, and you should click on here and get your free home value. Now, if you're advanced out there on the social media world, you already know that video content is more powerful. We're writing scripts. So if you see the word short form video script, it's a script. Download it, read it a couple times, whip out your smartphone and record it, and then upload it to your favorite socials. Now we do create single property websites, virtual tours. We have a whole open house marketing system. All of these things that I just shown you right here are all mobile optimized. They all capture leads. We have clients easily capturing 50 to 80 leads when they market an open house for the better part of the week. You can't do that in 24 hours, but you can definitely do that if you market for a while. We have postcards and door hangers. And the difference from ours and the ones that you might have is yours are branded. Ours are branded. They're going to have your color and your logo. And you're just going to have your super awesome picture and a phone number to call you. And ours will have that too, but we're also going to have a link on the back that says this affects your home value and a link on the front to go check out this house. The point of the matter is you can actually get an ROI with our print tools, our print door hangers and postcards. Whereas from all the awesome brands that you're with, you get great branding information. You don't get tools that capture leads. So you want to think about that. If you're using our tech service, yeah, we've got Sign Writer Company. They'll print those out for you. Anytime somebody texts something to you, we're sending their phone number to you. Even if you're a blogger, even our blog tools capture leads. They have call to actions. And then we're out there on Craigslist as well. And there's a traffic report on your listings, right? So that's the listing side. Let's go look at the PDF guides. Now, I do want to point out while this is baking, I see a question here. So if you have questions, just be, yeah, Shelly, yeah, excited. Yeah, will be a great way. But what about the realtors in the back that don't have listings yet? Can I just use any listing in the MLS that allows other realtors to advertise? Or another realtor who, in the example EXP, will allow me to use their listing? Yes. Yeah. But let's go back there. That's a good question, Shelly. Thanks for asking that. There are times where you don't have listings, and the way to go, we go to the listings page, add listing. So you don't have your own listing. You can manually add listings. And if you go out there and you're reaching out to FSBOs or you've got a pocket listing, that's how you do that. But grab listing, you need the zip code and the MLS ID. So Shelly, I don't know your local MLS rules, but some MLS say, hey, you got to have an email that says you can market their listing, and then boom, pull it in. You might be in an office that says, hey, any of the listings in this office, you can market. So boom, pull it in. That's how you do that. And I definitely recommend that if you want buyers, or if you're going to be holding an open house, if you're going to sit at somebody's open house, pull that listing in, save the open house, get those tools out like 5, 6, 7 days in advance. You're going to find yourself with a whole stack of leads, maybe buyer leads, definitely buyer leads, but maybe seller leads as well. Okay. So that's how you do that. Do we have any other questions? Let me go look right now. Do you have to pay for Craigslist? That I don't know. You used to. In the beginning, you didn't. And then they made it to where you have to pay for Craigslist. And then I've been hearing recently that they don't. I will tell you this about Craigslist. Oddly enough, when we started this company, we only had one tool. It was a one-click posting tool to Craigslist. Now, if you've been in real estate for a while, you might remember a company called Postlets. Postlets made like a web page on Craigslist. It looked really cool. It looked like a web page. It was colorful. It had a background. It had your pictures. It had your content. And it was cool. It didn't capture leads. It just looked really cool. We came along and said, hey, we can make it colorful and look good, but we can also embed hyperlinks to capture leads for you. And that's how our company started. We were generating so many leads that we took that philosophy and applied it to everything that realtors use. And here we are today. So about 6 years ago, Craigslist got tired of agents and all kinds of other kinds of industries posting ads on their stuff. So they started charging, but they also changed the HTML on the website so you could not embed links. Okay. And that freaked realtors out. It freaked us out, but we knew it was coming. So we started to transition to the other platforms. But what that really did is that freaked realtors out pretty heavily. And what that meant then and what it means today is your competitors are not on Craigslist. Other real estate agents like you are not on Craigslist. But you may not know this, but Craigslist, I think right now is like the number 15th most trafficked website in the United States. That's a lot. That's a lot of traffic on a monthly basis. And your competition left years ago. I talked to a lot of teams around the country, and I was talking to one last year who said, we have to hire our own new ISA team to deal with all the leads we're getting from Craigslist. Not not the whole rest of the platform, just Craigslist, because there are people there looking, and when we post things, they're responding. Craigslist made it harder for you as realtors. They also made it harder for consumers who want to talk to you. So they have to jump through some hoops to get to you. Those leads are basically higher quality leads than they were years ago. Okay, where are we? PDF guides. Your branding, your logo, your picture will be on every page here. Notice you can run an ad on Facebook. You can run an ad on Google. Social media posts. If you like to do it by hand, do it right here. If you want to use that social content page over there, like I told you earlier, we'll post all these things automatically. There's an e-flyer for your database. If you got a big CRM of hundreds or thousands of leads, copy and blast it out like on a weekly basis. Print flyers, door hangers, you get it. Everything here. If you don't have listings, you've got 80 different topics to go out and hit the market with. Social content we talked about, landing pages we talked about. Let's talk about ads. Now, I want to remind you, I sent this link to everybody. This is our YouTube channel, and I do a class every 2 weeks. Doc, can you do this with a FSBO? You definitely can. There's a FSBO landing page, and people will manually add FSBOs. And so our landing page for FSBOs, which you create for yourself on the landing page section, is really offering tools, right? Hey, would you like a virtual tour? Would you like a social media tool? I know you're a FSBO, but can I help you? So we got a landing page to get that out. You might want to go on Zillow and find FSBOs, or go on Craigslist and find FSBOs, or wherever you can, right? And send that landing page, and that's going to get them to get the conversation started. Then you can just manually add their listing and create some tools. Say, hey, if I find you a buyer, will you pay me? And they might say yes. The reason, and Doc, I'm sure knows this, the reason realtors want to work with FSBOs is, on average in the United States, a FSBO will hand that listing to a listing agent. And if you're the one giving them free tools, they probably have a conversation with you, right? They already know that you are going to be helpful and knowledgeable. So back at this part, I do a class every 2 weeks called Facebook and Google ads, right? I want to recommend that there are two things that you want to look at. You want to look at that, and notice here, top tools for more listings. I talk about custom audience. That's custom audience for Facebook for more listings, okay? Google leads are high quality leads. They're expensive. They're pretty expensive, depending on where you are in the country. If you're in Dallas, a Google seller lead costs $30 each. If you're in Pennsylvania, 22. If you're in Utah, 17. If you're in Vancouver, in British Columbia, seller leads on Google cost $200 to $300 each. Okay. So wherever you're sitting in the country or in the world, I don't know what you're going to be paying for a Google seller lead. If you're running a home value ad on Facebook, you'll probably be paying around $15. I don't recommend doing that unless you have a custom audience. And watch this video right here, and it'll show you how to create that. But once you've done that, you can say, hey, I want to run a landing page ad on a particular landing page that I created in my account. I've got one here for Arenda, okay? And create landing page. I'm leaving a lead ad so that I get name, email, and phone number. And let me tell you, if I type in Arenda, and I hope you're following, I know I've been talking a long time, this could be a great way for you to waste your time and money. This could actually not work for you. Now, it might work, my buddies here from Santa Barbara, it might work there. But if you're in a high dense area, this will very likely not work. And here's why. This little town, Orinda, is about 22,000 people. It's right adjacent to my town, which is another 22,000 people. And we're surrounded by all these small towns. And a 15-mile radius is going to cover at least 500,000 people, at least, who don't live in Orinda. Okay. So this ad becomes not very effective. So what if we bought a list of homeowners from Remine or from listsource.com and we uploaded it as a custom audience, which we can do on the Facebook page and inside of our account. And I type in, hey, I want to type in Orinda homeowners because I created a custom audience called that. Now, when I publish this, it's only going to show up to the people on that list. This is really important if you're going to do this ad. Now, if you want to run an ad on a PDF guide, remember I mentioned there are 80, you don't, even if you're focused on sellers, you don't have to even worry about that because the guide is not talking about a particular city. It's just going to do a 15-mile radius of wherever you are. So if you're comfortable driving 15 miles for business, then just run the PDF guide, right? If that makes sense. So I can say, hey, I'm going to do divorce and real estate, right? Because who knows, maybe somebody is going to get a divorce and create an ad and it's all pre-written. Now here, I don't need that custom audience because I can just say Orinda and it's going to hit everybody in Orinda and it's going to hit all kinds of other people, right? But if I'm doing that home valuation ad, I might want to target this. Now, you might want to, remember how I said earlier, I said, hey, what's that number one area that you want? And I said, go create a home valuation landing page for it. If it's Orinda, you might actually want to always just target those people, run the ad for a broader radius, but then say, you know what, I actually want to really focus on Orinda. So I'm going to get that custom audience that I was talking about and it's going to be Orinda homeowners. Does that make sense there? I thought I had a question here. Let's see if I missed it. Can we do retargeting on Facebook with PDF guides? Yeah. You set up retargeting on your profile page. I didn't talk about that, Liza, because it's over the head of most agents. But yeah, on the profile, there's a place to add all that. And then lastly, you can run ads on listings that are for sale and just listed and coming soon and open house. You're going to get buyer leads. If you run ads on properties that are sold or under contract or pending, you're going to get seller leads. Okay. And that can work really well. So again, check out my Facebook and Google ad and check out the other videos that I do to talk more about that. Now, let's talk about Google. Now, Google is an add-on. What's the problem here? Oh, I'm going to refresh this. It costs $30 a month to add Google. If you want more listings in your business, I recommend that you do that. You can't edit the PDFs, guys, but there's a place where you can run ads on your own PDFs. I think when you run an ad, it'll actually say, would you like to upload your own? So that will be an option. Let's see if I can get to Google. What, am I having tech issues here? Yeah. So I'm going to do a landing page ad on Orinda again for Google, on Google this time. So I want you to think about this before we go. We have print tools to target Orinda. You can use Express Copy to target just those homeowners with equity in Orinda. You could target on Facebook homeowners in Orinda. And right here with Google, you can target homeowners in Orinda, right? You want to think about that. If you have a real area that you want to dominate, you need to hit it from multiple sources, from multiple platforms. Google is the number one website in the United States. Also, I think number one in the world, but definitely in the US. 86% of all questions asked on the internet, on the computer, on your phone are asked on Google. So for you to be even playing in that world, you need to be able to be on page one of this when somebody asks a question like this: how do I sell my home? Our software does that very quickly. You've got 40 different PDF guides for various topics on on home ownership. And you got unlimited landing pages. You could have a landing page for every one of your farm markets and be running and being on page one of Google. And when they type in something like, how do I sell my home? You have the likelihood of being there. I am going to point this out. I think I mentioned it earlier. Thanks for all your questions. These seller leads are the most expensive, right? Facebook is cheaper, but you need a custom audience to make that work, right? And then our nearby homeowner letter is still going to outperform both Facebook and Google. But you should be really looking at that and sold ads when you want more listings in your business. But that's covered in the Facebook and Google class, and that's covered again in Top Tools for More Listings. So everybody, this call's been recorded. I hope it helps you out. I mentioned the mastermind group earlier in the call. Go down here to support and have them introduce you or give you the invite. I just put it right here in the box. Thanks for all your questions. Have a great 2024. Stay with us. Get in the mastermind group. Get on our YouTube channel and learn how to use all this. Take it easy, everybody.